I love browsing all of the dating channels and seeing what other dating coaches are sharing from their point of view about what's most important in love. And there are videos on texting, on getting inside a man's head, on being the kind of woman men are looking for. And of course, lots of tricks to make him addicted to you. And sometimes, just for a moment, I feel a bit sad. It makes me sad that we spend this much time and energy trying to hack the rules of attraction so that somebody will finally choose us, because it shouldn't be this hard. I don't know anyone who isn't lovable. I don't know anyone who needs to fundamentally change who they are in order to be worthy of a dating gold star. But what I do see is how many of us have this low-level anxiety that we're just not good enough. We're just not certain that we're love material. And we're not confident that we can do this thing on our own. And so we look for tricks we can use or strategies to try. We look for ways to build ourselves up to be more appealing. And we try to do all the things, the texting, the flirting, the seduction, hoping we will hit on that magic combination that unlocks a man's heart. And we are so focused on what we need to do that we forget who we are. We're women. We are wonderful. We are desirable. We are beautiful. And that is just built into us. By virtue of being born a woman, you're already everything a man desires. But it's so hard to believe that. And it's so hard to believe that we end up settling for relationships that aren't great because we're not sure we deserve anything better. You know, at least this guy wants us. We should be grateful, right? Because being one half of a couple is better than being entirely single. And maybe if we leave, no one else will ever want us. Maybe something's better than nothing. Hi, I'm Amy Waterman. I am a love expert here at yourbrilliance.com. And in this video, I want to talk a little bit about dating anxiety. The more anxious we are, the more we want the tips and tricks to get a man to love us, which is why I sneakily titled this video the way I did. I want to gently suggest that if you're looking for a trick to make him obsessed with you, that maybe there's a different way to go about it. Maybe if you look inside yourself, there is something inside of you that attracts men like moths to a flame. And maybe if you stoke that fire inside until you shine like the sun you are, you will attract the love you're looking for. Just maybe. But if you're interested in learning how, keep watching. Years ago, I was telling a dating coach that what I was looking for in a man had changed. Now, all that mattered to me was one thing, that he was a kind person. She said, congratulations, you've made it to the next level. Back when I was younger, I'm embarrassed to say that only one thing mattered to me, that this guy was interested in me. And so I ended up in relationships with guys that I wasn't really interested in because it was so flattering that they were so into me. I didn't really believe that I was anything special. Like, I didn't have any clue what these guys saw in me. It was a mystery that I couldn't figure out because when I looked in the mirror, I saw the same old person. And it took me many years, probably too many, before I realized that I was in charge of my love life. And I didn't have to date a guy just because he was interested in me. And I could set an intention for what I wanted to attract into my life. And what the research has found is that when you're ready for a real lasting partnership, one of the two qualities that comes to the top of the list is kindness, and intelligence is the other. Life with a kind person is so nice. It's enjoyable, right? There's not a lot of drama. You're always helping each other out and looking after each other and apologizing for the times you hurt each other. But suggest that kind of relationship to a 20-year-old, and they'll probably grimace because younger folk look for that passion and that chemistry. Companionship just means friendship to them. And they don't have that life experience to envision decades with the same person. And to see that the kind of qualities needed for a lifetime of happiness are quite different from the kind of qualities that make Saturday night fun. And this is where I think that desire to make a man addicted to you comes in. If you have never had someone completely infatuated with you, you want to know what that experience is like. You want to know what it feels like to be desired like that, to have a man want you like you are the only woman on earth. And you might even wonder if that's possible. because maybe you're just ordinary, right? You don't know what it is about you that he might want. You're just you. You don't have all that stuff other women have. What would it feel like to be looked at with an all-consuming desire? And wouldn't you like to know, like, what is it about you that could drive a man crazy? And yes, it's about making him yours, but it's also about proving yourself. It's about proving that you have it. It's about finding that part of you that is wild and crazy and fierce and passionate and so incredibly alive. And we can't always find it within ourselves. Sometimes it takes a skillful partner. It takes a pleasure partner. A pleasure partner is a man who is an enabler on our journey to experiencing greater pleasure in our lives. So he gives us permission to let go and feel free and open ourselves to all of these new feelings and sensations and experiences. And I was lucky enough to have a partner like that early in my life. Once you have had a pleasure partner, somebody who opened you up to possibilities you never knew before, somebody who saw your magic even when you couldn't see it yourself, it changes everything. From that point forward, everything is different because now you know what's possible. And maybe those of you who've had a man like that in your life are nodding. Once you've been desired like that, there is no question in your mind. You felt it, it was real, and it can happen again. Because what came alive inside you was your light. The presence of masculinity ignited it, to be sure, but you saw how he responded to your light. He worshiped at your altar. He saw the goddess within you, and that knowledge can never be taken away. So this is what I hope for you. I hope you find your light. And if you need some tips and tricks to make a man obsessed, that's fine. See them as training wheels. But know that there will come a time when you no longer doubt your desirability. When all that anxiety is just surface level stuff, because underneath, you know that when it's right, it will happen. You are enough, but perhaps the reason you don't believe that is because there's too much money to be made on your insecurity. If people can convince you that you're doing everything wrong, you will pay to find out how to make it right. And hey, full disclaimer, I would really like you to buy my book. I think pleasure could change your life. But what I'm never going to tell you is that you can't figure this stuff out on your own. Go inside and search for your light and notice what makes it burn more brightly and what makes it hide away, because you know when you shine. Take really, really good care of yourself, and I will see you next time.